Alright boys, welcome to another video. In this video we're going to be talking about how you can actually find products for your branded dropshipping store, because I see so many people struggling with it and I see so many people doing it wrong. They're looking for the wrong things and they're going about it the wrong way. So I'm going to give you guys the exact method that I use to generate multiple hundreds of thousands of dollars here online, as you guys can see. And the most important thing is, when you're looking to find a product, is that you need to validate the product, right? When you validate the product, you know it's going to work. So we're not going to be ripping off of Calculator. Skip that. Get that out of your mindset. This is not how to do it. This is not the way to do it, right? Some people get lucky with it. Sure, might work for them, but we're not going to go about it this way. What we're going to do is we're actually going to be focusing on market research, so we find a product that will perform all the time. Now, the most important thing when you're looking for a product, doesn't matter which niche you are, which market you're in, is always finding your edge. Now, there's multiple ways to finding your edge. Your edge is basically what you're going to do different than your competitors, what you're going to differentiate yourself on than your competition. Now, the easiest one is market. How you would do this: if they're selling in, let's say, USA, you would go to, Germany, for example, and you would sell in Germany. You would check if they have ads online in Germany. If they have no ads online in Germany, you go there, easy. Now, another way is consume/use. Now, what I mean with this is you change the way it's consumed, or you change the way it's going to be used. Let's say someone is actually selling, I don't know, like gummies, right? Or someone is selling pills and powder, for example. I've got these creatine tabs over here. The reason why I have these, I hate the creatine pills and I hate the creatine powder. It doesn't taste nice, right? Gummies are a good option. This is a good option. So it just changes the way you use something. And a lot of people already buy it just based on that. One of my brands actually does that. So another way is actually changing the unique mechanism. So let's say it's not a supplement brand. Let's say it's something like a cup, like a more tangible product that you have to do something with. If it has a unique mechanism, you can try and change that up, or you can try and find something that's going to be a different angle or different uniqueness to it that you can use. And lastly, of course, unique angle. Now, with this one, probably you're either going to go for this or this. Unique mechanism you usually don't have. The most common one, in my opinion, is the unique angle. How you can change this is, as an example, let's say someone is running what we're going to do. Also, we're going to run towards hair loss in women, which I will get down to in a second, but we're running towards hair loss, right? People are selling the angle of hair loss to women in general, as in you're losing hair, you're thinning hair, you're balding hair. But there are people that are also struggling with, for example, alopecia, right? Alopecia is a kind of thing that you have when you lose hair, but it's like kind of like a disease. It's like something you have, right? This is a complete different demographic of people that will buy from you than everyone that has hair loss or that's losing a little bit of hair or has thinning hair, right? So what we're going to be doing, let me actually make this smaller because I don't like the big ass fucking thing. What we're going to be doing here is we're going to be selecting a niche. Now, this is the most important part. When you select a niche, you have to figure out which niche you're going to go into. For me, it's pretty easy to go in multiple niches because I already know where I sell products, right? If you're going to sell to a niche, it's better to already have some knowledge in that. If you don't have knowledge in that, go to ChatGPT, ask ChatGPT like, yo, I don't have a niche, give me a couple niches where I can go into, or look into your own life. What are you struggling with? And go into those things. Now, we're going to go into hair loss for women, and we're first of all going to check out the market. Where are these people selling? What are our competitors doing? How can we find our edge, right? This is the most important thing, like we talked about. So we go to Facebook ads library. I literally searched up here, women hair loss, filtered on something like a week plus. It's the 4th of December, like 10 days almost. And as you see, you have 140 ads. If I remove this, you probably have like a shitload of ads. I scrolled for like a couple minutes, a couple seconds, and I saw this, the Weem, right? And I'll just remove it so you guys can see it, from 140 ads to 180 ads. Maybe it's because the search term I'm using, I'm not sure. But I think that. So you want to try and figure out these type of things. If I type in, for example, alopecia, which is a kind of like a disease type thing that people have, right? You see 2,100 ads, right? Different demographics, different edges, different angles you're targeting. But if we go to the Weem, they have 8,300 ads online. And I went through their ads. All they're selling is literally hair loss, hair thinning. There's anything happening with it, right? There is no angle, there is no edge that they're selling on. They're literally just selling it like no more hair loss, hair thinning, or bald spot. There is very little of an angle. And when you go to their website, this is their website. When we open up SimilarWeb, they have 220,000 people visiting, meaning they do approximately around $400,000 to $500,000 every single month in revenue, right? And as you see, here also reduces hair fallout and promotes new hair growth, more confident you. They're targeting the emotions, that's number one, but there is no real angle, there is no real targeting happening. So what we need to do in order to understand this is we need to understand our customers first, right? And that we do through Amazon, Reddit, or even YouTube. So when you go to Amazon, you can literally search up for hair loss gummies because what they're selling right here, this is gummies, right? It tastes delicious. This is also what they use. If you go down here, right here, irresistible, tasty. They're using that as a unique mechanism that the product has. And when you scroll down, you have tons of different options. You can just select one that is pretty similar, hair, skin, and nails gummy. This one is pretty much the same as theirs, hair, skin, nails. So I selected this one. And the most important thing is you have to read through these reviews yourself. And if we look here, the first review already is enough to already have an angle off of it, right? I'll show you guys. So I've been taking the hair things blah 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 for 6 months, and the difference in my hair is amazing. These gummies have really helped my hair grow in no longer than before. I've also noticed it feels much softer and healthier overall. Here it comes, blah blah blah. It says here, after weight loss and hormonal changes, I lost so much hair. That is one thing, right? This I've already put in here. You can see this is a huge thing. After weight loss and hormonal changes, you can target already just by reading off of one review a different demographic than these people are targeting, which would be people that are facing or struggling with hormonal changes, and as a result of that, their hair is falling out, right? Now, this is just a little research that we can do, and you have to do it also for the rest of the angles. But when we go over to the market, all we have to do is literally come over here. We just have to select Germany. For example, I'm just giving you something. It doesn't have to be Germany. It could be any other country, UK or whatever. You see they're not running anything in Germany, right? No active ads whatsoever. Inactive ads, no inactive ads whatsoever. So we know they're not running it in Germany. You can literally take their ads or take their angle that they're running and run it in UK, run it in Germany, run it in the Netherlands, right? This is the easiest way. Now, it's also the laziest way, and I also have to say, sometimes it doesn't deliver results because the language barrier is different, the texts are different, etc. So sometimes it don't work, but you can always try it. Now, you can change it to a different type of consumable or used thing, right? Is it that easy? Not really, because let's think about it. Hair serums exist already. A lot of people don't like taking pills. Serums exist and it leaves your scalp and stuff greasy, so it has lots of the negatives. Do tabs or whatever, not the best either, right? Gummies are by far number one easiest to consume, right? It tastes good. There's no crazy side effects. Your hair doesn't get greasy. Easy to do, easy to consume. So this is straight off, right? This we can do, we can try, and you can check on it like a unique mechanism. Does the product have a unique mechanism? Not on a supplement. So this also straight away goes away. But on here, this is what we mentioned, the unique angle. Does it have this? Absolutely. So what we need to do is do our research. Like I said, Amazon, Reddit, or YouTube. You can literally also go to Amazon. You have Reddit's my bad. You can go to Reddit. You can literally see people here talking about, oh, what does biotin do? Is it good for hair growth or not? You see people here just typing their messages. You can also click on these things on the right side here, and from this you can literally find so many things that you can use for yourself, like so many angles, so many new things people are talking about, even YouTube videos they are recommending to other people, where you can do even more research like this, right? Supplements for hair, skin, and nails, Dr. Dre, and then you just watch the whole thing. She's talking about it. You can go through the comments like blah, 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 and then people are talking about it all the time. This is just giving you a free access to all of your customers, literally, right? So you want to do your research. Now we already found it basically, and it comes down to these two words here: hormonal changes. So we can target that. Now, from here on, just by using logic, you can also think to yourself, like, what else can we do? Now, hormonal changes, another thing, because of hormonal changes, what happens is pregnancy, right? Or what women go through after a certain age, menopause. These are also things. And at these points, because of the hormonal changes, again, they're still going to lose hair. They're still going to get, brittle hair. They're going to be balding, etc., etc. So these are extra things you can use even more from this. Right, you can expand on your angles, but this is literally the game plan, the book, like the game book that you need to use for yourself. And all you're doing You can literally just take the same product, this exact same product, sell it to a different audience. Now, we're not changing the audience up completely. We still have to sell to women, we still have to sell to the same people, but we're changing it up to niche down even further. Women, instead of selling to all women on the earth, we're selling to women that are in UK, in a different market, let's say, and women that are in UK that are struggling with hormonal changes, or here weight loss, or whatever your angles or whatever your the thing's gonna be, right? This is all we are doing, literally, right? And as you see here, also unique angle is going to be our hormonal changes. And here's the most important part. Now, this is how you find the product, and this is how you find your angle, right? Pretty straightforward, straight to the point. This is how you use it. This is the most important part. So you might have found the product, you might have put it on your website, you might have made like, oh, hormonal changes this, hormonal changes gummies, hormonal changes hair loss, blah, blah, blah. But if you don't use it properly in your creatives, you're not going to see success with it. So what you need to do, the research that you do needs to continue even further. So from here on, what's going to happen is exactly this. We're going to go straight back over here. So from creatives, we're going to go to Amazon or Reddit, right? And again, what we're going to do then is we're going to extract this, right? Which basically hormonal changes is hair loss. Let me just type that out for you. Hormonal changes causes hair loss for them, right? So now what we're going to do, instead of doing general research on hair loss, we're going to do research on hormonal changes and hair loss. Maybe now what we can find is, women hair loss, hormonal change. And then you can go here, and then you can literally just search up Reddit, which hormone is making my hair fall out, right? Or you see here, I don't know, what is it? I started HRT 3 months ago, and this and that, testosterone cream, blah, blah, blah. No fucking idea what it all means, but you can dive deeper into these, and you see literally 120 comments. People are literally going back and forth, writing out all of these things here. You get like literally an insight to your audience by just looking at these things and reading through it. This is going to give you exactly what you need to do with your creatives. Where you see what people are struggling with the most with their hormonal changes, it's not about, oh, I use this and I use that, and you need this much testosterone and you need this much estrogen, etc. That's not what you're looking for. Those are good to know, of course. Those are kind of like the common enemies you can use like in your creatives and whatever. But what you need to be looking for is how people feel after hormonal change, right? So you're going to be looking for that. And once you know that, that is going to be in your creative, and you're going to mix them up with these two. You're going to mix hormonal changes up with hair loss in your creatives, right? So you're going to, for example, say, I don't know, I'll just come up with something. Menopause causing your hair loss, right? And that's a question hook, for example. I'm just saying something. Or you could do UGC hook where someone is going to be, you're going to do like an older woman from AI or whatever you're going to do, right? I'm not going to go into creatives right now because this video is strictly about product finding. You're going to do a creative where you're going to be, having an older woman say, hey, I've got menopause, I've struggled always with hormonal changes, I didn't feel like myself, I felt so lost, I felt so in the dark, no one could understand me, and my hair was falling out, and I was having this and this, etc., etc. You make the problem, you agitate the problem even more, you make the creatives. But most importantly, to be able to do that, you need to understand what it comes down to here, your audience. If you don't understand your audience, you have nothing to sell. You have nothing to sell. If you don't understand your audience, you have nothing to sell. Seriously. And I mean that. If you genuinely do not understand your audience, you have nothing to sell. So understand your audience and find the market that you need to sell in, right? If you can sell in USA, sell in USA. You don't have to even change it up, right? But you can literally change up the market and change up the angle, both of them, and sell the different angle to exactly the same type of people that are already buying with what? How much was it? 500K? Yeah, this is also like off with similar web. They're probably, and this is October as well. November they're probably even higher with Black Friday. They're probably making 500-600K a month revenue. Now that's a good brand. They're doing good money. You can literally take that as some winning brand or good brand that you can go into, right? And that is basically it. This is literally how you need to do it. Don't overcomplicate these things. And this is literally how I did it. This is how I've helped other people like Kevin literally get their Shopify plaque of 10,000 orders, right? How I've had Kevin here hit 9K days, or at Elif here, which I've done an interview with, which is going to be online soon, hit 3K days. Have Florent here doing 51K pounds a month, right? This is around like 60, 70K US dollars, right? This is around like 4 or 5K every single day. And this is literally it, right? All they're doing is figuring out what customers want, focusing on a different angle, sending it to them. That's it. You can do this with fashion, you can do this with hair, you can do this with any niche in any market, right? That is simply it. So that's it gonna be for the video. Don't overcomplicate it, keep it simple. If you guys are interested in joining the coaching and making numbers like this, getting your first Shopify plug and being able to scale up to 50K months, 100K months, being able to run 10K days plus, just hit the link in the description, book a call, and I'll see you guys there. Otherwise, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Ciao.